If you've ever struggled on Thaumcraft, or you really enjoy the mod and you want to increase your knowledge of the mod, then I highly suggest you watch this tutorial, as I will take you through Thaumcraft and explain to you how or why the way things are in the mod, and then I will also show you how to play very efficiently, how to set up your research at the beginning of the game, what you should be going for, recommendations for like playing styles, and the tubes, Essentia tubes with alchemy. I will go through those as well. How centrifuges work, buffers, reservoirs, infusion, anything really, like anything in the mod. Golemancy, how to set up golems to do certain things, how to... Even Thaumic Tinkerer is in here as well, so I can show you how to do things, because this is a big mod, and I will explain it to you. And if you have any questions, ask. Welcome to my Thaumcraft tutorial series. I'll just be doing a quick intro on how to get started and your basics of research in this one, and then eventually I'll show you how to do all the little things and alchemy and golemancy and the artifice, and down right to the extremely advanced stuff in like the Eldritch tab and stuff. If you're planning on trying to figure out how the arcane furnace works and the update, or the advanced arcane furnace or alchemical furnace, it doesn't actually work as the update I'm in right now, which is like 4.2.2 or something. It will not work, so that's not going to be explained because I actually don't know how to use it, because it just doesn't work at all. Alright, so to get started in Thaumcraft, you're going to need a stick, 2 iron, and a bookshelf. These are fairly basic items, things you get right at the start of the game. You're going to take your iron, put it down to 18 nuggets. You're actually only going to need 10 of these, but you're going to craft wand caps, like this. 2 nuggets. It's like a helmet, but instead of nuggets. Then you'll get your iron caps, put a stick in the middle. You can put the caps in any corner. Not like that, though. As long as they're in opposite corners and the stick's in the middle, you can make a wooden wand. Now, once you've gotten your wooden wand, like this, oh, that's right. So you can use it to break the glass. I never even thought about that. To hold on to some of this glass and then to replace it, because it's invincible otherwise. It's just, yeah, you'll learn about it later. So to get started, you've made your wand, and then you place it on your bookshelf, and you right-click it with your wand. There you go. Before you make your bookshelf, I would recommend trying to set up a reed farm or sugarcane farm, so you can get lots of paper, because that's going to be a very important thing. So once you have your book, click on it, and you'll come to the basic information tab, which consists of all these little icons, I guess, and you click on them to research. Right off the bat, once you see all these cool looking things here, I'll explain them after. What you want to go for, like, right away, is actually none of them. Just leave them all. Like, don't bother clicking on anything or getting scribing tools and paper and stuff. Don't worry about these. What you want to do is, just leave the book alone. But actually, notice in the book, here in the Artifice, it shows you the thermometer. This is extremely important for getting, getting advanced stuff. I'm not using any mods other than Thaumcraft, by the way, so this is other mod compatible, though. So it shows you how to make it here, some gold and any kind of shard that can be mixed. You'll see these shards, like, in the earth or at any depth. The type of shard is usually biome-based. So some are more common in some biomes and some are more rare. in some biomes, which can be a pain in the butt. Basically, you're gonna go make one of these. So some glass. Also, you're gonna want clay, a feather, an ink sac. Or sorry, 3 glass, a little bit of clay, and an ink sac. And you want a feather, so you can get a quill. So, say you found like a fire shard and an earth shard. You're going to head over to a workbench. Oh yeah, and you've found some gold. You don't need the thermometer to actually get anywhere, but the thermometer is very helpful. You don't need the thermometer. I can't speak right now. I'm doing this backwards. That's how you make it. Thermometer. And you can like look at things and try to research it, but as you can see here, like this is all advanced blocks, so there's nothing you can really research in here. Examples of things you'd want to hold right click on and research right off the bat. That's how you do it. Because these things don't require any kind of previous knowledge to research. And you'll notice they all have different little like symbols in them. Those are aspects, and they're very important in the future. I'm just gonna pick this up. Alright, let's junk this. Okay, so that's what you do with your thermometer. When you research things, the information will be stored in this Aspects of Magic. In the Aspects of Magic tab, it will have this big list. The Aspects of Magic is inside the Basic Information tab. It will show you all like any aspects you have. Primal ones would be air and water, or air, aqua, ignis right here. Ordo, Terra, and Perditio. Those are the 6 primal aspects, and they're used to make things like Vitreous and Victus, Potentia, and Motus, which are just made up and more advanced properties of the primal ones. So, when you hover over the object, it will actually show you what has that. This is important for when you go into alchemy, because you'll need to know what objects have what in them. Okay, so you've got your glass. You're going to make a bottle shape. You can make a bottle if you choose, and this will still work with regular bottles, although I would recommend putting the clay on the top to make the Thaumcraft file, because you get more, and you can make more. It's just better. If you don't have any clay, though, you don't really have to worry about it. So then you add a feather, ink sac to the glass file, and then you get scribing tools. These will be important for when you want to research notes. I'm actually going to go ahead and make 2 sets of scribing tools. And then get some paper on you as well for what I show you here. I didn't really need to do that, did I? No, I did not. Okay. Now multiple sets of scribing tools. We have noisy creatures. You're gonna need some wood. Any kind of wood will do. I'm just gonna use great wood because that's what I have here. You need to make some slabs, like so. Although, you're gonna need more than just that many slabs. You're gonna need about 12 slabs would be good, and then you're gonna need some more wood to go on top of that, because you're gonna need to make 3. So then do that, and then so 3 half slabs on the top, and then great wood planks, or just planks. Any type of wood will do this. And you can get a table from Thaumcraft. You're gonna make 3, and then so when you place them down, they look like this. This previously discussed wand here that we used to make the Thaumonomicon by using it on the bookshelf. We're going to right click on this table, and then we've now made this thing. Your wand will stay in here, so if you're like, oh no, where'd my wand go? It's in the top right corner here. You can shift click it in and out. I think you can click it. I think you can right-click it in as well. Oh no, you can't. But that's an arcane work table. If you can, go ahead and research that. Although you wouldn't be able to because it's more advanced. So the problem where it's saying, oh, you don't have the knowledge to understand this, it pretty much just means that in your little list of aspects of magic, you don't have enough aspects or the proper aspects that make up that object you're trying to look for. You don't have enough information about it. So now I'm going to show you how to make a research table. You put two. It doesn't have to be beside the work table, but you put two tables like this beside each other, and then you pull out your scribing tools, and then you right-click on the table, and then it will turn into that, the research table. These two things are extremely important. So if you right-click on this research table, which I don't think you can research with Thaumcraft, it'll open up this. If you haven't went and researched any objects, the only things you would have would be air, aqua, ordo, perditio, terra, and ignis. You wouldn't have, like, these other symbols that I have here. So basically, these symbols, the other symbols here, the names, are made up out of other primal aspects. So if we look in our book here, it actually tells you what it's made out of right here. It tells you how you get them, which is really helpful for new players. Although, I recommend avoiding that as soon as possible by researching or getting these two pieces here right away. Because once you get these two pieces, you don't even have to look in your book all the time. We have our paper here, and we have scribing tools. I pretty much keep these in my inventory at all times whenever I'm playing Thaumcraft or playing Minecraft with these mods. That's so that way I can just, if I want to research something, you just click on it, and it's in your inventory right here. You will need more ink sacs as well, because they're kind of like the fuel for these things. Like when you see how this has a durability, when it runs out, you're going to need to put it in the crafting table with ink sacs, and then it will give it back to you full. So what you're going to do is, now that you have a research note, we went in here and oh, come on. We're going to go in here and put the research note expertise in here, and then this is going to happen. So I researched this. It's in the basic information. If you're new to Thaumcraft or you struggle with it, I recommend following exactly what I do, because it will show you the best way to play this game, really, because it's what I do. You'll have Ordo, and then it's like, it will say something like knowledge is power or research expertise. So these two are things you don't know. I know the vast majority of them off the top of my head, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make them, except for the ones I already have. Yeah. So you can get Mortus like this, like by combining the Perditio and Victus. So when you click on an aspect, what it does is it sticks it down here, and then the next one you click on puts it down here, and you can combine them together. I'm combining air with fire, and that gives you light. If you click on them again, it'll remove them. If you try to combine things that actually don't exist together, like say fire and water, you just waste points. Nothing new is created, so be very careful when you're doing that. So I have my light. If I were to destroy air, that's what Perditio is, destruction, you would get void or vacuos. If you were to add vacuos to light, you would get darkness. If you were to add darkness to the void, you would get alienness. If you were to destroy fire, or destroy heat, you would get ice, or gelum. It's because cold is the absence of heat. If you were to kill life, you would get a spirit. If you were to add fire to a spirit, you would get the mind. You can pause like this. If you take the mind and then add a beast, or add bestia, you'll get humanus, which is man. Notice how I've now discovered what one of these things were right here. If I were to take the human, or humanus, and add order, you would get tools, or instrumentum. If you were to add earth to instrumentum, you would get armorum, or tutamen. If you were to add... this is where I start to, like, kind of get confused on where things go. If you were to destroy order, you get exchange. If you were to add air to water, you get tempestas. If you were to add... If you were to like, add destruction to water, it would give you poison. I'm running out of things here. Right, if you were to add void to energy, you get precantatio. This is a huge, which is just magic. This is a huge required thing. Like precantatio and energy are like very important in this mod. If you add air to precantatio, you get oram. I've gotten a lot of them. I'm surprised I don't have that yet. Oh, and then if you take what was it? The mind and add air? Something and add air. I forget what it was now, specifically. If you take the spirit, the spiritus, and add air, you get sensus. Sensus is an important researching tool when it comes to like these kinds of things, or things that are knowledge based and not so much item based. Alright, so now I've gotten, okay, I'm missing like about 10 or so, but I've gotten a nice chunk of them down here off of memory. I can think of a couple I'm missing, I just forget. Oh wait, here's one. Air and order, you get motion, which we already had. But if you take motus and add it to terra, or the earth, you get iter. Yeah, that's one. Alright, so let's see here. Oh, if you add order to Victus, you'll get Sano. This. And it just, that's how it works. Anyways. Oh, thinking of another one. Already have it though. So you'll see here that we have these three little symbols here. You can actually drag these things on here too. See how I did that? You just drag it and drop it in one of these little hexagons. So this is pretty much a matching game. You have to match everything together. But you have to use whatever they're made up of. So I know this is made up of spiritus and fire. This is made up of spiritus and air. And then this is just a primal aspect of ordo. What you can do is plan out what you need to do in here, like when in terms of connecting them together, or you can just do it. But that's not the best way to do it, because then you'll kind of struggle with your points here, because these points are actually, they will disappear and then you won't be able to research anymore. And I'll show you how to very easily get them back, but it's still time consuming. It's just and annoying, but you don't really have to like run around or do anything. Okay, so I know. So let me show you an example here. So because of the mind here, cognito, is made up out of the spirit and fire. I know that if I add fire, it will connect. See how it connects here? So that's good. I can then do the same over with sensus by adding air. Or I could put spiritus and it would still connect. See how it connects here? It doesn't matter. It's just like one of the two things it's made up out of, or something that it goes into. Oh yeah, also you right click to remove them off the board. but you most likely lose them unless you get a research, which gives you a 50% chance to get it back. So now we have Ordo. I know you can get the motion here, Motus, to connect. So, well, actually, it connects to a ton of things. I could put down, like, anything, really, that it connects to. Like, I could use energy or something, like, it doesn't matter. I could use energy or Motus. One of those two will work. Because you need to get these all to connect to each other now. So I'm just going to go ahead and use Motus, though, because I'm more of that. Or that's easier to make. So I have paired aspects to the main ones, and these are all very close together. You can connect the fire and the air here with light, or lux. So I can go ahead and connect them like that. And then what I'm going to do is, because I don't have anything for this that commonly connects to this, except for, like, it's connects to, like, Motus is made out of Ordo and air, so what I'm going to do is put air. And then I've now completed the note, because I've connected them all together in some sort of little circuit, like it goes from the mind to the fire, to the light, to the air, both places to air, and then that goes to Census, this one goes to the Motus, and then Ordo. They just have to connect to each other. So once it's done, you'll get this research expertise. And then now you've gotten research expertise. You can always click on things and read about them. So I would recommend going and reading these 4 things as well, because this will explain to you about the infused stones and things like amber and cinnabar, which gives you quicksilver, which is kind of an important thing. It'll explain to you the peck, but it won't explain to you really how they work too much. They're not too complicated, but there are a little bit of tricks to them. Explain to you things about trees. Silverwood. It doesn't explain very much about silverwood. But there's a lot of uses of silverwood trees and great wood trees that I'll show you later on. Things like shimmer leaves, which things like shimmer leaves and cinder pearls. Cinder pearls very helpful for blaze powder, because like who really wants to go to the Nether? And then mana pods, which are pretty much useless in my opinion. And then enchantments, so haste and then repair. Those are 2 new enchantments. Haste can only be applied to like a very few amount of items, and then repair can only be applied to items made from Thaumcraft. You can't add repair to like diamond armor or something, because it doesn't have any magical properties. So now that I've got research expertise here, you'll notice you've opened up a deconstruction table and research mastery. But also, research mastery says it has forbidden knowledge, mostly harmless. Forbidden knowledge adds warp. When you get warp, your character pretty much just increases his magical focus, but your character will also go a little crazy from increasing his magical focus, because he can see things for what they really are. And that drives, like, even physics drives people crazy, so it's just like another little mental thing.